I'm Carrie. This is Sandra's Sisterhood. This is a channel that's for the single, childless woman. Today, I'm going to talk about ways to manage grief related to being childless, not by choice. Anger is a normal feeling, it's a healthy feeling, and during your grief of childlessness, it can also feel consuming as well. So, if you're feeling anger related to childlessness, this is the video that might be helpful for you. So, the first thing that I want to talk about is utilizing supports. This can also be one of the more challenging ways to manage anger related to childlessness because not all of us have supports where we feel seen by that person. This is really where I encourage people to access online supports. Online supports can also be helpful in terms of feeling seen, understood, validated, and encouraged, particularly since there's really a lack of representation out there in other avenues for us to see ourselves and for us to see someone who's childless managing that in a healthy way. So, online supports, a therapist or a coach can also be a helpful avenue for you to take. Our YouTube channel has an online community on Instagram called Sandra's Sisterhood. That's for the single childless woman that you might be able to find helpful as well. 2, I really recommend journaling. You don't have to be a good writer to get benefit from journaling. Journaling is just a way to kind of spray out your feelings. It doesn't have to be polite. It doesn't have to be appropriate. It's just a way for you to really get out some of those feelings that oftentimes we store because we're not sure those around us are going to understand or validate how we're feeling. Number 3 is just kind of that old traditional coping skill that helps many of us, but exercise. When we're grieving childlessness, it can be hard to want to get up and do things. If you can, I would strongly encourage you to consider exercise. It can help reduce tension, not only physically, but emotionally as well. When we internalize feelings, we have a physical impact on that and also an emotional impact on that. Also, anger and stored anger can help fuel negative thoughts that then can help us get stuck in this feeling. This is all normal. I'm not judging anybody that really gets stuck in these negative thoughts. I have definitely been there. And exercise really can reduce some tension. Not only that, but exercise can help us feel stronger and more confident as well. I know for me in particular, my confidence really took a dive when I started to recognize that I was going to be childless and there wasn't anything in that I was going to be able to do about it. So I really strongly consider exercise. A 4th way is to really think about utilizing some grounding techniques. So oftentimes, particularly when we're triggered, and many of us can get triggered kind of subtly in ways where people aren't even recognizing that's what's happening. And our thoughts really can drift too far in the future or even regrets and too far in the past. When we start to notice our thoughts drifting in that way, utilizing a grounding technique can be really helpful. It can bring our thoughts back into the present. This particular way to manage anger, I feel, is really useful when we are in a space where we can't pull out our journal or we can't go exercise. So if we're at work and we get triggered, or we're at a family event and we get triggered, or we're with a group of our friends, this is something that you can do anywhere and can do it in kind of a personal way in which others may not even recognize that you're doing it. So a grounding technique that I generally talk with people about with my clients is called 5-4-3-2-1. And what it does is it uses the 5 senses, again, to really center yourself back into the present. So ways to do this is when you start to notice your thoughts drifting forward or backward, tell yourself that you're going to pay attention to 5 things that you see, 4 things that you feel, 3 things that you hear, 2 things that you smell, and 1 thing that you taste. Again, utilizing those 5 senses to really bring your thoughts more or back into the moment and back into your present. I want to emphasize anger is a healthy feeling to feel as you're coming to acceptance to childlessness. And there are some ways to help minimize the impact that it has on you. If you'd like to more tips and know more about our community, follow us at Sandra Sisterhood on Instagram. Our website is www.sandrasisterhood.com, and then we're also here on this YouTube channel. Over at Instagram, if you're looking for some community, we have a Sandra Social taking place on February 14th. You can go ahead and find us on Instagram and DM us for the link there, or if you reach out to me here in the comments, I can send it to you. As well as we're doing a Sandra Sisterhood book club, and on March 4th at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, we are reading No One Tells You This by Glynis McNichol, who is a single woman who's also childless, and it's a memoir about her 40th year. So either through the comments or DM me on Instagram, and I can send you the link if you give me the email address. Again, community is important, and we'll see you next time.